it's always best to creep up on a microphone, much like you would with a villain in an alley. Don't let it know you're around and then pounce. You get a warmer sound from a sexualized mic. So like I said, speak softly, sexualize. Kelly Crom lived in a tree with Bulu, deep in the woods. The night was intense and flaked with star clusters. So they built a fortress to protect them from the comets that would damage the land around them, raining down at all times of the day and night like a shadow on their souls. And then one day they heard the almighty steps of Nagy Neil Ratcliffe. This wardrobe of a beast approached them with a warrant for their arrest. And they were taken to a tower far from land, sea or hope, and they were incinerated for crimes against architecture. Yes. 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 Not so slick there. Okay. Well, hello. Welcome to Twonky's Blue Cadabra. I'm Mr. Twonky. Many of you know me as Paul Vickers. Many of you don't know me at all. Many of you probably don't want to know me. But unfortunately on this evening you have no option. But I've been called a lot of things during this act. Harpo Marx on heroin. In fact, it was this man at the back there who called me that. And Harry Hill with a hangover. And Susan Boyle with a cock. But the whole act really is a sort of triumph over disability, really. Yeah, thanks for all the orchids backstage. I don't like orchids, but I'll make do. But I know someone who does like orchids, and it's Dame Edna, and that's the other big gig in town tonight. £45 a ticket when I last looked, so you've paid a £5, so you get what you pay for. Okay, Dame Edna isn't here. But someone who is here is Chris Hutchinson. Oh. Now, Chris Hutchinson is a jockey, and got me. And I don't know if you know, but jockeys come from out of space. And they arrive on Earth using a helter-skelter as a porthole. That's why you always see them tumbling out of them at fun fairs, their tops often stained with booze and urine. But Chris has got, well, he's got a dinner date. He's got a lovely lady to impress, which was why we've got this beautiful candle. Now, his table's a little bit disorganised, so just sort of have a little bit for him. Maybe Chris can sit here, but you'll like his lady. There you go, Chris. Get ready for your dinner date. And here she is. Ooh, isn't she lovely? And of course, she's got a hairy bum. What every man wants. So there you go. I'll put there. Now I know what they want. They want some romantic music. And Chris likes to sing her a song. It's very romantic. The cream and the ice and the lime, I really want to eat you up like a giant chocolate cake. The cherry off the top I take. You're my meringue and I'm happy to be your man. Sugar and spice and all things nice. Uncle Ben's fine rim rice. Your eyes come shining through when I turn, I look at you. Let me cover you in polka dots. Let me put you in a box. Let me put you in a box, tied with a bow, so that you really know I love you so. And I would never want to let you go, because I love you so. And I would never want to let you go. Sugar and spice and all things nice, Uncle Ben's fine grain rice. Your eyes come shining through when I turn out look at you. Come on, Chris, 'cause I love you so. I would never want to let you go, because I love you so. And I would never want to let you go. What a lovely song. Now, has that done the trick? Because women can be mysterious characters, and what Chris has just done could be seen as distasteful. But let's see how she reacts, because she has a song in response. So here we go. I find people an inconvenience, a polite waste of space. The inconvenience is a waste. I think it'd be fair to say that didn't go very well. So, well, there's lots more fish in the sea, Chris, isn't there? Yeah. And you know what? You should have maybe given us something from the talking oven, because she would have liked that. Everyone likes something from the talking oven. I visited a cottage far up in a hill. It was a late house call. My name is Detective Edward Muggs. The place was a clutter of Toby jugs. A horrible smell was coming from the oven, the talking oven. I then entered a feeding trap. Do you like beef chocolate or savoury slap? I had the urge to cook some peas. The hob's heeled over, it preferred human knees. Its dial span around like spiteful eyes. I spat what I'd eaten onto the welcome mat, and the dog wolfed it down with the cat. The clock struck a Fredo clock. It looked like Alfred Hitchcock. It started growing these funny little legs, like stockings stuffed with hundreds of pegs. I had the urge to kill the oven there and then, so I smashed it and thrashed it and threw it down the glen. I do visit the grave now and again, but I'm afraid the ink is running low on my fountain pen. I'll call you next Thursday if you want the full report. My theory is there's a human who still needs to be caught, the one who taught that cantankerous old oven to talk. Yeah, don't worry, it's always a bit of a room divider, that one. But what I like to do, I like to go up onto the roof of the creepy restaurant, and I like to sit up there and enjoy a little bit of tinned fish. Because I like tinned fish, and I can't use a microphone. This is what I do. I give myself slightly too much to do, and then I just slowly fail. The whole evening, basically. Well, let's go up on the roof, and hopefully I won't get harassed. Maybe I will. Oh, I'm on the roof. This is lovely.
I'm just a stray cat. Meow. Maybe you could give me some of your sardines. I haven't eaten. Please, pretty please. Meow.
Okay, well I'll give you the sardines, but please just give me a little piece. I've got these prawns, so you know.
Is that someone on the roof? I'm just a stray cat. Oh, I haven't eaten prawns. Oh, the sweetest stuff in the sugar grasses.
Okay, well, you can have the prawns, but that's the last straw.
Did I hear you? Meow. I'm just a little stray cat. Could I perhaps have a little Polynesian snack? Cut, coarse and rough. Like crack or cocaine. It's my kind of game. Meow.
That bloody cat. It always gets in. Here we go. This is quite an upbeat song about jockeys. If it's got legs, then it's a shot. If it's in a room, then it's a bar. And all the things I could have done, but everything's a striker on the run. And everything you think it can be fought, and everything when it really shouldn't at all. And everything's the same, and in the end, everything's a striker on the run. Everything you think it can't be fought, and everything, well, it really shouldn't at all. And everything's the same, and in the end, everything's a straggler on the run. Everybody in bleach, gotta make me go out. Everybody in bleach, gotta make me go out. Everybody in bleach, gonna make me go out. Everybody in bleach, it's gonna make me go out, 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 out. Every realization is a foggy pound like the shadow of a bubble going down a gun. And everything's the same, and in the end, everything's a scrabble on the run. And everything you think it can be bought, and everything when it really shouldn't at all. And everything's the same, and in the end, everything's a struggle on the run. Okay, well, that's something that Barry Humphries doesn't have in his set. But you might have something along these lines, I don't know. But it's My Sexy Ship's Wheel. Now, it's absolutely dripping in knickers. And each, well, pair of knickers. I'm Paul Vickers, I'm doing the bit about the knickers. Okay. Now, every pair of knickers has mind-reading possibilities. And it can tell me something about your own first sexual experience. So it's quite, well, it's a difficult part for the audience. But I'm going to sail out towards you, and I'd like you to pull my knickers off. Got some sort of seafaring sound effects, or should I? Okay, well the other option is I come out and do it again, so let's get this over with. Okay, well who picked the turquoise knickers? Oh, that's something I should always do. I should always remember what colour the knickers are before I put them out. It just makes the act look a little slicker. Okay, well who picked the maroon knickers? That was you. Okay. Well, you were this is the first time you had sex. You were wearing loads of lippy. Is that true?
Absolutely, yeah.
You were bedridden due to tonsillitis. And as a fat owl broke the branch of a nearby old oak tree, you were taken briskly by the butcher's son/daughter. Before long, you were putting in shifts at the local ginger beer shop. It's another name for a brothel. You chew tobacco to give you the allure of a sexual stranger, but everybody knows you're a dirty bitch/bastard. Is that on the money there?
That is very good.
Yeah, okay, well that's good. We're off to a winning start. Now, who picked the really tarty Primark knickers? That was you. Okay, yeah, something for the larger lady there. Now, you can't remember the first time you had sex, you were blind drunk. But you can remember the first time you became sexually aroused. You were on a beach in Great Yarmouth. You were watching a snail's body pulse in and out of its shell. You had an urge to stick your finger in it and lick it out. Is that true? It's very sensual, that one. Yeah. You a sensual man? Yeah, we all are, aren't we? Okay, now who picked the white knickers? Ah, that was you. Okay, well this is quite intense sexually. Are you quite intense? Always, yeah. It was a long, hot summer. Naked monks and nuns divided only by oak trees, stripped naked, washing their bibs and habits with a rare mix of quartz and linseed oil. As you sail by on board a dirty frigate sailing ship, slowly sliding yourself down the unforgiving rough ship's mast, masturbating like a ferret. Does that ring any bells? Yeah, okay. Well, if you could throw the knickers back, because I don't want to go to Primark, I'll send Mary back to Primark. She doesn't like going there. Although it is good for underwear and socks, I find. Right, what am I doing now? Yeah, from a sexy wheel to a sexy man. I'm talking, of course, about Stan Laurel. Now, I don't know if you've seen the 1935 film Fig Tree Fanny. Not a lot of people have. It's basically about Stan chasing a Casablanca lassie, Fanny. Oliver Hardy helps out. He buys her a roll of blue cadabra. And my voice is going very emotional on this. A roll of blue cadabra, which is an enchanted cloth and known aphrodisiac. But she does not care for it. She simply tosses it away in a moment of sexual ecstasy. So Stan, desperate, finds out where her walled garden is, and she gorges herself on figs there because she has terrible gout. So Stan paints himself a mouldy silvery green and then climbs into the garden. Soon Fanny's hands are all over him as he produced a sweet vulgar fungus known as chocomuck. Now in his later years, Stan would always return home to his hometown of Ulverston to take part in the pensioners' fun run. Because even for a Hollywood actor, it's a great day out. Now this involves a lot of tissue waving, so, well, they're not tissues, they're hankies, just to give it a bit of graceful flair. Long enough. Oh well, I'll just use this. You arrive in a Bentley, you leave in a stage, pumping out. I should really give you all hankies so you can join in. Time Walton. There we go. This is what you call getting the ball to do the work. Your ghost of a girlfriend, she stands by your side. Her eyes like a piglet, her arsenic ways. I show you windows, I show you doors. There's a stair, I believe, under the floors. The Stan Laurel, yep, yep, yippity yip. The Stan Laurel, yep, yep, yippity yip. Go far from the rivers of doubt that this town is so proud to be pumping out. Maybe you need a friend that's facts. Maybe you need a dream and a bowl of hats. Maybe you need what every strip of a lad should need. But please, no greed. The Stan Laurel, yip, yip, yippity yip. The Stan Laurel, yip, yip, yippity yip. Go far, go well. I'll see you in all this time. There you go. Well, as a boy, I was pushed down a drain, and I was forced to grow into an enormous pair of clogs. And then eventually, the drain cover would be removed by my grandfather's peg leg, and I was allowed to start eating my lovely porridge. But that means I have special abilities. I can shrink clogs. Now, I'd like to shrink a pair for you tonight, but I've lost my assistant. Where is she? Where is she? She's lovely. She's like a little witch. Has anyone seen a little witch? No? Oh, bloody hell. Well, we can hear her. Oh, here she is. Here she is. Oh, she's a lovely little thing. You might not be able to see her at the back. I'll shine her close to the light. She's going to help me.
My real name is Hilda. I was born in Appleton, Whisk, but then I moved to Mexico. But the villagers had a name for me. They would call me Nose Umbrella, because they said my nose was so big that it needed its own umbrella. So I thought, pockety pick, pockety pick, pick, pockety pock, pockety pick, pock. I'm not living there, and I'm back now in my own fucking place.
There you go. Now, could I have a volunteer from the audience, please? Okay, good. Step up to the mantle. Okay, now what I'm going to do, it's fairly straightforward in theory. You've got various things on the table. There's a bit too much on the table. It's looking a bit tatty. But you've got various items, and you've also got a bag. And I'm going to give you instructions, and I'd like you to pop the items in the bag in the chosen combination.
So that's the bag there.
That's the bag, yeah. So Here we go. If this fails, we can always just do what we normally do in this room, which is start with a bit about Mary, Queen of Scots. Okay. So here we go. Please pour in the hat full of heroin. Just the hat there. Please pour in the greasy spoon tomato balloon. Please pour in the trunk full of darling. Please pour in the doll called Goosey and Lucy. And then that's gone. Yeah, put the clogs in as well. Put clogs. Just put something in the bag. Doesn't matter what it is. Just something in the bag. Anything. Okay. And over here we've got two Marys facing each other. We've got Mary, Queen of Scots, and Mary, King. Both of them connected to the clothes, one slightly more tenuously than the other. You got anything to say about that, Mary? There we go. Okay, right, thank you, Chris. And let's see if I can perform the magic. Yeah, thank you very much. And not only that, but they've had a design put on them inside the bag. Now, I need a miracle. Now, can you remember when Mother Teresa's face appeared in a currant bun in the service station? And then it escalated. There was Martin Scorsese's face in a rancid tennis ball. And then there was Boris Johnson's face in a steaming faggot. But the other day, while looking at my biscuit box, I couldn't help but notice an impression of the face of Lawrence of Arabia. Ooh. You know, I've travelled around the world with this act, but I've come back a terrified, penniless peddler. This is a bit of an upbeat number. It's kind of got a dance, but it's very simplistic. That's the dance. There we go. You can do it as well, it's quite easy. I missed it that time. Hillary was insane, but she was great company. On the Hawaii, she would drink little cups of tea. It was the Cheryl band that killed her. High on Euclid Moor, peddler, peddler, dig, dig, peddler, peddler, dig, dig. A grave for a woman, a grave for a man who loved and lost on that Cheryl band. Fun should have been all we had. Not this grave for this woman, not this grave for this man. But the tavern had visitors of a green slippery kind, and one of them slipped right up her behind. Peddler, peddler, what am I to do when my dreams turn to whiskey and my dreams turn to you? Peddler, peddler, dig, dig. stranger than you. Well, there was one I saw alone in my room one night in Galashiels. And I should maybe say this before I do this, but this is what got me the job at Mary King's Close. So when I did this, Lucy and Stuart said, "You're in." I couldn't believe my eyes. A musk, or at least that was the name I gave it. One stormy night, lying on my bed, I looked up at the skylight. It rattled over the glass, crawling like a restless mole in a prison of fear. Its eyes were bushy, its hands were funny, its head was fat. It had 6 balls on its chest for collecting goodness such as sorrow and soil. And it had a lisp, and it spoke to me through the glass. "Could I have some sugar for my boils?" So I collected some sugar in a cup, and when I returned to the window, I could not see my furry friend. "Musk! Musk! 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 Musk!" I yelled into the blackness of the night. "Musk! Musk!" But all I could hear was 2 old ladies mumbling about winter rugs and Saturn's surplus soccer. Should I have been employed?
The fear of performer has before climbing off the precipice of perform. It is unparalleled. They tell you you'll never learn if you don't push yourself to the absolute limits of perform. A performer is someone who has been bullied into doing something completely absurd for the entertainment of others.
Like some sick pleasure monkey.
What-a-do, what-a-do. Oh, what-a-do, what-a-do. Oh, what-a-do, what-a-do. Oh, oh. In 1912, a professional tailor, amateur inventor, jumped off the Eiffel Tower, believing that his parachute suit would save him. Alas for him, it did not. But tonight, in song, I would like to make him fly. Now this is a tribute to all those people who attempt the impossible in their lives, such as window cleaners. Flying over Paris, Canonica Starville. Drum roll, please, for the flying tailor. High on a slippy ledge, there was no time for poetry. A desperate plan finds a desperate man. Flying over Paris, Canonica Starville. Drum roll, please, for the flying tailor. Wasp in my part of the orange is the rind. Let's make wings out of poly beans. The lowest part of the orange is the rind. Let's make wings out of poly beans. During the festival, I was asked to do a couple of kids' parties. I think before I did like a magic show because I had props, but I did the Flying Tailor for them and it went very badly. One of the children started screaming uncontrollably and another one had to be taken away. But luckily, it turns out children love it when you shrink clogs. So I managed to pull that around. Although even children are cynical, they were like, he's got 2 bags. So, you can't pull the wool over their eyes. Now, in the Middle Ages, there was a mushroom called the Claudius centus, a grey-headed top mushroom with a pearly appearance in dim light. And the locals of Crackley Roll were taken to them, so they would add them as an addition to the pot, causing hallucinations, such as seeing a panhandle turn into a dragon, and then morph and forth, and then morph and morph forth, until all morphing is forth, and no one knew the real sense of a purpose without the doubt of the previous incident. Now imagine that drug in the hands of an idle go-go. I don't need to tell you, it's an absolute fucking nightmare. But we've all done it, taken a bag of ecstasy, and then trying to book a skiing holiday. The poor girl had to eat a full bag of wagon wheels just to satisfy herself. You've taken those microdots, you're swinging from helicopters, you've got your own point of view, you're picking the desert locks. Gold girl in trouble, gold girl in trouble. I need my strobe light. Sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum. Over the hill and back. Over the hill, over the hill, over the hill and back. You've taken those microdots. You've taken those desert locks. You've got your own point of view. You've taken those microdots. Gold girl in trouble. Gold girl in trouble. Is that on your eyes? Sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum, sa 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 bum, sa 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 bum bum. To climb the mountain, we must become the mountain. To climb the mountain, we must become the mountain. Over the hill, over the hill, and back. Over the hill, over the hill, over the hill, and back. You've taken those microdance. Because the people are joining in. You've got your own point of view. You're swinging from helicarps. You've taken those microdance. Gold girl in trouble. This is the last time I break the girl in trouble. Sa 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 your phone, sa 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 your home phone. Sa 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 your phone, sa 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 your home phone. Sa 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 your phone, sa 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 your home phone. Sa 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 your phone, sa 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 your home phone. Okay, it's just a lot of bollocks in here. Okay, well, I'm going to try. This is my last number. I'm going to strip off for it. No, I'm not. I'm going to change costume. I should have planned this better. There it is. It's a very simple costume. It won't take a minute. Well, while I'm doing it, I'd like to thank Craig and all the people I work with at Mary King's Close for putting up with me, and also for putting on this gig. Yeah, well, I don't know if anyone has ever fallen in love here. You know, when you fall in love, it sometimes involves two people. Not always, though. And, you know, it's a lovely thing. But then you realise you're both in love, and then you realise, well, in fact, you're just pissed. Has anyone ever been there before? Not only that, but has anyone had trouble with Royal Mail? You know, when our letters ended up they were in the street a lot of the time, and then one day I smelled booze on the postman's breath. And I thought, well, it inspired me to write a song. And also, if you throw in the sort of back story of backpacking in Burma, well, you've got a surprise on your hands. So, here we go. It's the first time I've done it, so bear with me. I've got a dance for this. So there we were. So here we are. Going uphill, hard and fast, pushing the engine with my feet on the ground. This could kill me. This could be it. Everything is going right through me. Higher and higher through the mountains. On the way to the fuck out of the west. This is it. It's going through me. I'll find that solution. I'll find it today. Pissed as a postman. Pissed as a postman. In a strange, strange land. In a strange, strange land. Pissed as a postman. Okay, well don't worry, you haven't missed your chance to see Dame Edna. She's on tomorrow night as well. And there's more Close Fest things on tomorrow. What's on tomorrow night? Nobody knows. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming. And if you want to buy any albums, and there's albums with some of these songs on the albums, as you would expect. Mary is around with a suitcase. Everything costs £5. Apart from the book, you can buy that from the shop upstairs. That's slightly more expensive at £6.50. But apart from that, thank you very much for having me, and good evening.